For building and construction professionals requiring the most advanced cavity wall insulation for their new build projects, there is only one answer: blown bead using AirPop, engineered air. In fact, based on its unbeatable performance and its ability to reach deep into complex cavities that other materials struggle to fill, blown bead is the best-in-class insulation material. To start with, blown bead insulation is easy and quick to install in cavity walls whilst construction is in progress. It gives superior thermal insulation and the reassurance of long-term performance without the real problems of settlement encountered with lesser materials. If you choose an NBBA member company, your contractors will have the job done professionally for them. They'll provide fast, expert installation which fits in with your building program, and you will also get the backing of BBA-approved certification. There are many advantages from using AirPop blown bead, but we'll look first at the ease of installation. The specialist equipment used by NBBA expert installers is completely self-contained and can be used in all site conditions for a fast installation to fit your building schedule. Importantly, blown bead insulation actually requires smaller and fewer drill holes in the internal walls of the property. These are made directly into the cavity before the walls are finished and plastered. The unique nature of the fast-flowing beads mean they fill even the smallest spaces, ensuring all possible areas are filled and there is no risk of settlement which could lead to failure or falling performance. This also applies to wider and complex cavities and complex geometries which demand extreme, high insulation performance. It also means there is none of the residual scrap left behind by other systems, so it eliminates waste and the cost of waste. Whatever the building, residential or commercial, every part of the cavity or void is treated efficiently during the installation. This takes place without interfering with other trades working on the build, and there is no mess left behind. Let's look more closely at how blown bead achieves greatly superior fill. It's because of the special flow properties of AirPop beads which no other material can match. To demonstrate, this special test rig is a mock-up of a typical cavity wall, but we've replaced the inner wall of the property with perspex, so you can witness this remarkable flowability as the beads are blown into the cavity. You can see straight away that a vortex is created, and the beads flow at high speed like liquid into every part of the cavity. They seek out all the gaps and imperfections in the cavity. In minutes, every void around surfaces, joists, conduits, doors, windows and other internal structures is completely filled with millions of beads to ensure there are no cold spots. Blown beads provide thermal insulation at its most efficient, and because every bead is 98% air captured within the polystyrene, this material gives lambda values which are superior to any other insulation, allowing Part L of building regulations to be easily met or exceeded. After each cavity is filled, the beads settle immediately and become bonded together to form a virtual solid layer of insulation which is stable, yet allows the cavity to breathe as intended. Once settled, gravity will no longer affect the integrity of the bead insulation, which means there will be none of the ongoing settlement issues which can occur with other types of cavity insulation. Everyone knows the damaging effects which occur when moisture accumulates to form damp patches within walls. AirPop beads provide a very effective reassurance against the risks of damp because, unlike fibrous materials, which have a natural sponge-like absorption, AirPop does not absorb moisture. Additionally, blown beads in a cavity will not allow water to accumulate in patches. In fact, the millions of tiny spheres allow the safe and effective dispersal of any moisture. This occurs because, between each of the millions of beads in a cavity, their spherical shape forms curved channels, and this network of connecting channels allows water to drain freely and rapidly to the ground.
To show how it works, this test apparatus demonstrates the highly efficient moisture dissipation qualities of blown bead insulation. With the beads in place in a mock-up cavity, a measured quantity of water is added, and two things happen. First, gravity immediately pulls the water downwards, and the smooth, curved surfaces of the beads allow fast flow to ground level. Secondly, the speed of downward flow, combined with the lack of absorption of EPS beads, prevents the water crossing the cavity laterally, where it would eventually create damp problems on the inside walls of rooms. With no lateral creep of moisture, there are no risks of internal damp. To show how efficient this system is, at the end of the tests, the measure of water which has flowed through the blown bead is virtually identical to the test measure first introduced. This proves that effectively no moisture has accumulated in the cavity insulation, a clear demonstration of the effectiveness of AirPop bead against potential damp problems. Whatever your priority, ease and speed of installation, total coverage, outstanding thermal qualities, or the avoidance of damp problems in the future, make blown bead your first choice when it comes to cavity wall insulation in your building project. It's easy, quick, safe, and superior. What's more, it will enhance your reputation for quality construction without compromise. For technical information about AirPop Engineered Air and to learn more about NBBA and its member companies, visit our website at www.nbba.org.uk.